Lads and lasses, strap in. Today we got Italian gossip, an academy lad who's had a bit of a setback, and to top it off, a striker who's finally spoken out about all those rumors linking him with our Newcastle. That last story is red hot and could make you look at the transfer window in a whole new way. Stay with me right to the end. You won't want to miss it. I'm Rodrigo, and you're watching Newcastle Mania, the channel built by a fan for fans who bleed black and white. Blink, and Newcastle are back in the headlines again. But before we hit the main story, I've got two sizzling updates that help make sense of everything going on at St. James Park. Every new subscriber shows that our passion for Newcastle United knows no borders. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone who's part of this black and white family. You're the reason this channel keeps growing strong. Rival fans love to say our academy's too small. Let's prove the Toon Army is everywhere. If you're not yet part of the family, hit that subscribe button. It's quick, it's free, and it helps the channel soar even higher. Let's climb together. Story 1. Italian press still won't let go of Tonali. First, let's clear the air. Yet again, the Italian media are hammering away, claiming Sandro Tonali's on his way out, with Juventus supposedly dreaming of taking him back. It's relentless. Every week another rumor, like they can't accept that our number 8 has settled and is happy on Tyneside. But here are the facts. After the suspension that stalled his start, Tonali came back hungrier than ever. Eddie Howe spotted a fresh way to use his talent, dropping him slightly deeper, almost like a conductor pulling the strings from the back. The result? A much more balanced Newcastle, a winning run, a Carabao Cup lifted, and a Champions League place secured. Instead of being a burden, Tonali had become a cornerstone of this new chapter. And it's not just about performances. It's about how the lad feels. Tonali himself said in an interview, "Here I found people who genuinely care about me. I feel part of something special. I don't want to break the bonds I built." That's not a player with his bags packed. That's a man buying into the project, growing with the team. Sure, back in Italy, Milan and Juve supporters struggle watching a talent like this thrive abroad. Nostalgia bites, and every tiny rumor becomes a headline. But desire isn't reality. Tonali is under contract, loved by the fans, and as a manager who trusts him. When a player feels he belongs, no paper gossip is going to shake that. From Newcastle's side, there's a clear message too. If Europe's watching, it means is valuable. Avoid another Isaac-style saga. Get those renewal talks moving, tighten up his terms, and show his key to both our present and our future. Protecting your assets doesn't just calm the supporters. It tells a whole market Newcastle United aren't a stepping stone club. We're a destination for winners. So while Italian tabloids keep dreaming, we'll focus on what matters. Tonali in black and white, pulling the strings in midfield and helping this club aim higher than ever. Italy can keep wishing. Tonali's Newcastle now, and is already writing his chapter in our history. News 2. Injury delays debut of new talent. Time to talk about the future, because the Newcastle headlines aren't just about big splashes. There's a new name emerging at St. James Park, but for now, he'll have to wait a little longer. I'm talking about Vektang Sadia, the youngster straight from Dinamo Tbilisi, Georgia, full of drive and ready to prove himself. Sadia is one of those players who carries a story from early on. He grew up at Dinamo, came through the youth system, made friends all over the club, scored important goals, provided assists, and learned every detail of the game. In 57 professional appearances, he scored 8 goals and provided 4 assists, numbers that caught Newcastle's eye and made the club see him as a key piece for the future. When the transfer was confirmed, the youngster made a point of saying a heartfelt goodbye. On social media, he wrote that leaving Dinamo wasn't easy, that he learned everything there, and that he would carry in his heart every coach, teammate, and fan who helped him reach the professional level. It was a kind of message that shows he understands the weight of the shirt and respects his roots. Arriving in Tyneside, Sadia took the dream tour every player wants. He walked through the academy, checked out the training center, and stepped onto the St. James Park pitch. He was impressed with the facilities and said it was a dream come true to wear the black and white shirt, one of those life-changing moments for a young player. Newcastle's original plan was simple. Start Sadia with the under-21s to get him adjusted, give him game time, build rhythm, and later, perhaps, arranged a strategic loan to help him gain experience in English football. But football has its own plans. Before he could even make his debut, he suffered a hamstring injury. The medical team expects him to be out until the end of the year. Of course, this frustrates expectations, both for the player and for the fans. We wanted to see him running on the pitch already, but injuries are serious. It's better to be patient, recover properly, and avoid risking something worse. At 18, time is on his side. This patience now could be the key to a solid career in the future. Even while injured, Celia has made it clear his motivation is stronger than ever. He said he's ready to work harder than ever, that playing in Europe is a big challenge, and that he wants to prove he has what it takes to wear this shirt. For Newcastle fans, that's music to our ears. We love players who respect the club, show hunger, and understand that success takes time. So, be patient. Fans, Vek Tang Sadia has talent, the right mindset, and is at a club that knows how to develop young players. When he finally makes his debut, he'll bring all that drive with him. And maybe one day we'll look back and say, remember that injury? It was just the first obstacle for a player who turned out to be a huge success here. His future in black and white is still unfolding, and we'll be there, step by step, to watch it happen. News 3. The truth about Alexander Schroff. And now we're at the main course of the day, the story that's been everywhere online, on social media, WhatsApp groups, and had every fan buzzing. Was Alexander Schroff really coming to Newcastle? Well, the Norwegian striker himself, now at Atletico Madrid, has finally broken his silence and set the record straight. According to Schroff, the headlines linking him to Tyneside were literally a huge surprise. He explained that he woke up, saw his name circulating as a Newcastle target, and just shook his head. At this level of football, he says, rumors always appear, stories with no clear source that are often completely unfounded. For him, the key is staying calm, focusing on training and playing, and letting the pitch do the talking. This makes sense when you remember Schroff's career ups and downs. A quiet spell at Crystal Palace, a turnaround in Spain with Real Sociedad, scoring goals consistently, and now a new chapter at Atletico Madrid. He knows how the media loves to spin a story whenever there's an opening. That's why he doesn't get carried away or annoyed by rumors. He takes it in stride, as part of life at the top of European football. And the Newcastle context helps explain why his name popped up. After Alexander Isak's record £130 million move to Liverpool, the club was desperate for attacking solutions. Before signing their new forwards, practically every striker in Europe was linked. Liam Delap, Joao Pedro, Hugo Ekitike, Benjamin Eco. It was almost a guessing game. Schroff, with his scoring record in Spain, naturally made the list of possibilities, even without a green light from those making the decisions. In the end, Eddie Howe and the board drew up a clear plan: rebuild the attack with two complementary profiles. Enter Nick Woltemade, £69 million from Stuttgart, and Yoane Wissa, £55 million, the Brentford striker who scored 19 Premier League goals last season. Howe is looking to reshape the attack around this duo and kick off a new post-Isaac phase. Howe has also urged fans to be patient. Woltemade comes from the Bundesliga, a different league, different pace. He will need time to adapt to the physical and tactical demands of the Premier League. Wissa, on the other hand, arrives experienced, confident, and raring to go, seen as ready to make an impact from day one. The plan is to use both intelligently, building chemistry and creating new attacking options, especially in the big matches. So, what can we expect? Insider reports suggest both could make their debut together against Wolves at St. James Park, a game that might officially mark the start of Newcastle's new attacking dynamic. It's a moment for fans to start visualizing the future and understand that, despite the frustration of losing Isaac, the club hasn't been idle and reacted swiftly in the transfer market. Meanwhile, Schroff is in Madrid, focused on earning his spot with Diego Simeone and leaving his mark in La Liga. And the lesson is clear: not every rumor has any truth. In modern football, headlines spread in minutes, but the final word always comes from those at the center of the story, and this time, Schroff made sure to set the record straight himself. So, Toon fans, what do you think? Was it interesting to hear directly from Schroff that the Newcastle links were just rumors? And regarding Tonali, do you think the club should push forward with his renewal? Comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like, hit the bell, and subscribe so you don't miss a single update. Here on the channel, every news story comes with passion, analysis, and plenty of black and white in the heart. Thanks for watching, and get ready, because the transfer market still has plenty of surprises in store.